Sometimes I think about that.
What?
If only I could go back in time.
And tell your parents to buy real estate?
Get a loan. Go buy real estate on the Lower East Side. Just sit on it.
I thought that constantly when I lived out in Seattle. Dad, 1975, listen to me. The town was closing down. There was a billboard on the way out of town saying, last person out of Seattle, turn out the lights. Dad, buy anything. And yet we're not going to buy stuff in Detroit. You know Detroit's going to come back. It's on one of the most important rivers in the world.
Sure.
We need Detroit. Oh, well. Once I was playing poker, it was like the first time I ever played. I actually accidentally sang We Three Kings. And like everyone folded.
There are boxes to unbox. And so we unbox on unboxing. This is where we open our mail, things that people send to our P.O. box, and we thank our donors, people who go to welcometothebasementshow.com and contribute.
Like who?
Benjamin, T.A., Maura, Samuel, Melanie, Brian, Abigail, Michael, Kelsey, Alexander, Emily, Kobe, Alfred, Roger, Shelby, Patrick, Cy, Reed, Anthony, James, Lindsay, Andrea, Luke, David, Martha, and Abraham.
Well, thank you, every one of you.
Postcards. Postcards. I'm Libby. Time to read some postcards. Chris says, greetings from Vienna. Hope you guys are off to an amazing 2018. Keep cracking.
Oh, I want to go to Vienna, but Billy Joel keeps telling me that it waits for me. So why go now?
Here's a little Manos the Hands of Fate postcard from Grace, who says, hey, Matt, Craig, Aunt Tona, and all of the kiddies. Wondering if you guys have ever seen the movie Barbara Stanwyck movie Babyface. I have not seen it.
I have not seen it either.
Hugs all around.
Barbara Stanwyck, she's never appeared in our basement.
Nope.
Just thinking about her makes me not be able to catch these things.
This is from Sarah and Tanner, who just moved to Minneapolis, and they said they were out exploring and found this postcard. Thanks, guys.
It's a postcard of New Mexico. Perfect place to find a New Mexican postcard in Minneapolis.
Maybe they do live in New Mexico.
Where does it postmark from?
Minneapolis.
Well, they probably live in Minneapolis.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. It's all so confusing.
This is from Ben in Duluth, Minnesota, who says, thank you for making the most consistently great show on YouTube. Megaforce thumb kiss, Ben.
Is this the Bong Bridge up in Duluth?
I don't know.
The wonderfully named Bong Bridge. After pilot Richard Bong. That's his name. He was a hero.
He loved to wake and bake and fly a plane. Richard Bong. Aaron in Hell's Kitchen, who sends us these funny cartoons. We've got LDWA, which I assume means Larry David with attitude, straight out of Brentwood. Pretty good.
We have from Alexandra Hawk of Andover 2 DVDs. A Hitchcock, To Catch a Thief, with Grace Kelly.
Grace Kelly was in Dial M for Murder, was she not?
Yes, she was. We also have another Welcome to the Basement alum, The Mummy, and Abbott and Costello meet the Mummy.
Nice.
Oh, and they look scared.
Surely when one of them sees the mummy, they go, what's wrong with you, boy? Stop acting like a fool. Aaron says, George Carlin grew up around 60 blocks north of Hell's Kitchen in what he and his friends called White Harlem, because that sounded a lot tougher than its real name of Morningside Heights. He sends us a classic George Carlin comedy album, Toledo Window Box.
Hey, look at that.
And there's an envelope for you. I'm going to let you open that.
Thank you. He's allowing me to open the envelope.
I didn't mean it like that.
News clippings. There's some postcards. We got a Canada postcard. Nantucket. Been there. And Freebird Books of Brooklyn, New York. I've been to Brooklyn, but I haven't been to Freebird.
If you leave here tomorrow, you could go to the Freebird bookstore.
Yeah! Craig, I thought you would enjoy this article on postcard collectors. Oh, well then, there we go. Here's a bunch of people.
Cool, look at that. Viewer questions from viewers like you. Rodrigo Gonzalez Torres writes, what do you think is in the briefcase in Pulp Fiction?
I used to write movie reviews for my college paper, and when Usual Suspects came out, I said that we finally solved the mystery of what was in the briefcase in Pulp Fiction, and it's the script to Usual Suspects.
I know it's an old, moldy story that Quentin Tarantino said that it's Marcellus Wallace's soul. I don't care that he made the movie. That's not what's in the briefcase.
What is it?
We don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. If the movie wanted us to know what it is, then we would know. That's the answer.
Well then.
I have proof for the thing that I said. Because when Tim Roth looks into the briefcase, he says, is that what I think it is?
Mm-hmm.
This liquor store stick-up man knows what a soul looks like? No. You also don't know what's in the briefcase in Killing Me Deadly. We also don't know what's in the briefcase in Kiss Me Deadly or in the car trunk of Repo Man. And that is as it should be.
Kiss Me Deadly.
I watched that again fairly recently. It holds up.
That ending is so bleak.
Have you seen Something Wild from 1961?
No.
It's incredible. I was floored by it.
I've never even heard of it.
No, nor had I. They just released it on a Criterion Collection. Go watch it. Do not watch it with Christina. You got to watch it by yourself.
Wow.
And
it's at 61? You can't watch it?
It's a troubling movie.
Yeah?
It's a very troubling movie that is ahead of its time in terms of certain subject matters, but it's incredible. And Ralph Meeker's in it.
Oh, great.
Selznick. It sounds like a Jerry Lewis word.
Selznick?
Wellman also sounds like a Jerry Lewis word.
Wellman?
The day I caught her talking to a horse with a Swedish accent.
Sis.
You've got to get off the laudanum. It makes you see things that aren't there.
I didn't hear anybody asking you.
Hello, Granny.
Hello, darling.
Granny and Mom, the same age.
Now, if it was spring, I'd say give her a good dose of sulfur and molasses.
If it were winter, I'd say give her a good dose of arsenic and lead powder.
We burned in summer and we froze in winter.
And the spring and the fall were rather nice.
That horse sounds like a train. Oh, this is what it'd be like to have foot sex with Norman Maine.
What sex?
You should have stayed back home in the first place.
I need a lozenge.
Hey, wait a minute.
I'm gonna bark at you some more.
And these are really delightful.
I've been looking for a desperate actress who tries way too hard.
You're being deliberately insulting, Norman. I put up with this for long enough.
I've put all this effort into dressing up like a Jiffy Pop.
Oh, you know she's got something. Well, you knew all the other ones had something, too.
They all catch the same thing from you. It's called syphilis.
Now, if any man can show just cause why these two may not be lawfully joined together.
Those two are wanted on the set of Ironweed.
And now I must exercise my prerogative of office.
Now I must exercise my other right as Justice of the Peace. Honk, honk. Oscar is exhausted. It's been quite a night.
I'll fix me a little drink.
But no,
What's his name? Line, Mr. Wellman. Hammer time.
Esther's gonna leave the movies to take care of Norman.
can you honestly tell me I'm wrong to do it?
No, Vicky. I cannot honestly tell you that.
Studio head would never say that.
David Selznick producing this thing is like, yeah, this is a wonderful fantasy. Tito Carna asks, comedy or not, intentional or unintentional, what is the funniest movie you've ever seen? If I had an hour and 45 minutes before I was going to die, and I wasn't going to have my wife and child there, I would want to be watching The In-Laws. So I would die laughing. Funniest thing in the world.
Young Frankenstein.
Yeah, he loves that movie. It makes me giggle, start to end.
Open this goddamn door, you son of a bitch, I'll kick your rotten heads in! Mommy! I understand that you have a book to tell us about.
We got a book from a fan.
This is from T.A. Epley.
Yeah, it is.
Not just any fan.
Not just any fan. The alpha fan. Here it is. It's called The Stench of Honolulu. It's by Jack Handey. You might remember the name Jack Handey because he wrote the Deep Thoughts.
Deep Thoughts with Jack Handey.
Yes, he was an SNL writer. He wrote this book. This is basically a high-wire act the entire way through. It's basically a 200-page long deep thought.
Wow.
And every single paragraph, there's at least one bam joke, constantly throughout the entire thing. It's almost exhausting. And to make the joke work, you need an entirely idiotic, to the point of unlikable main character. Like the movie The Jerk, but if the jerk was actually a jerk. Like the worst guy in the world. Luckily, this book is very, very short. It's 200 pages, but like, look at the font, look at the margins.
It's
there.
pretty big.
It's a spoof of adventure stories. Couple guys going to find this golden monkey.
Okay.
At one point, he's looking back on all the things he wanted to do with his life. He wanted to build the world's longest suspension bridge, but then he found out someone else did it.
The way you're describing this, it reminds me of the early writings of Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Like that kind of absurdity. And that kind of joke-dense writing.
It's very, very joke-dense. Yeah, and Woody Allen was that way early on, yeah.
This is from TJ in Matthews, North Carolina. TJ writes, Dear Matt, Craig, Tona, and Cats, thanks for doing what you do. Thumb kisses for everyone. Hope you enjoy the Michael Shannon tunes. What we have here is a little 45 from the band Corporal, which is Michael Shannon's band, and it's called Obama.
Oh, I know he's a fan.
And I got a handful of postcards here. Nashville.
Been there with you.
Shark Teeth.
Been in them, not with you.
Greetings from Appalachia, Florida.
Oh, I didn't know the Appalachians went down that far.
I'm hooked on Myrtle Beach.
Oh, I've been there. Oh, damn it, what happened to me? I'm getting old.
She was warned. Nevertheless, she persisted.
Ah! This is from Grace. This one is for little Lorenzo. Oh, thank you, Grace. I used to listen to this album on my parents' record player when I was a kid, and it still is a personal favorite. Excellent album. Let's find out what this is. It's Prokofiev's Peter and the Wolf.
Nice.
Itzhak Perlman.
That's a great record for a kid.
This should be very, very fun.
You should get him into classical music at an early age. I wish someone had done that with me.
It's tricky.
Because I don't have an appreciation of classical music that I wish I had.
Yeah. I like wolves. See, I got him on my feet.
Check it out. Check it out. It's far out. Remember that bit from Richard Pryor?
Oh, no,
I want to try some acid? It's far out.
Is he making fun of us white people?
I told you, it's far out.
Richard Pryor, funny guy.
He's in our Hall of Fame.
Yes, he is. That's right. One more package here.
Ooh, it's a big one. It's a heavy one. It's from Australia.
Yeah.
Specifically from Peter at Benora Point, New South Wales.
New South Wales.
Don't make fun of me. You mock me. And I will not be mocked.
The moon mocks me.
This is a big box of snacks.
Oh.
Smith's salt and vinegar. I think a lot of these chips have been rendered to powder.
Oh, that's all right. I'll snort salt and vinegar.
Cheese twisties.
Ooh. All right.
Chicken twisties.
Oh.
Burger rings. Big burger taste.
I'm moving up the burger rings now.
Several boxes of Tim Tams. Some sort of cookie.
Good to know.
So much stuff in here.
Do you want to try one of these?
Yeah, I do.
They do taste kind of like steak.
They're meat Funyuns.
They're horrible. I have to keep eating them.
Peter writes that he sent this package just after Australia Day, January 26th, and a few days before our Season 7 premiere.
Ah.
So, good thing this didn't take too long to get here. He's taking us to task for only watching one Australian film. He's absolutely right. He's got some suggestions here. The Dish and The Castle. I believe these are two Aussie movies that he recommends in his letter.
Okay.
And suggestions for an Australian album to display behind you. He suggests an album that I know you like, The Avalanches, Since I Left You.
Oh my God, it's wonderful.
He's got a guide to all the snacks, kind of explaining things about them, and there's some pictures here. This is very detailed. I can't read the whole thing now, but I will read this later.
Can you look up burger rings? Can they kill you? Because I can't stop eating them.
Killer pythons. We're moving into the candy portion. Jaffas. Chalk orange. Arnott's mint slice. You can have those. I'm not a fan of mint.
Oh, well, I am.
We've also got the Avalanches on CD.
Oh, okay. I already have that. That's
okay,
yours.
cool. That's mine. Vegemite.
Oh, no.
I've always been curious about this stuff. Postcards here. West Indies. Barbados.
Places I haven't been.
From bedrooms to billions. From bedrooms to billions.
I don't know what that means.
From bedrooms to billions. Dropped one. Drop zone. All right, good luck in catching these.
Oh.
That's easy.
That's easy, yeah.
Wow! We're surrounded by things to eat and things to experience and things to enjoy, read, watch, and it's all thanks to you. We will see you next time. You can see the new episode of Welcome to the Basement this coming Friday. We'll see you then. Check this out.
I still respect lovely things. And you're lovely.
Craig, I've been wanting to say the exact same thing to you over all these years. Now I've finally been given the courage by Norman Maine to say it.
Why didn't you choose the ABBA movie?